in, friends and neighbors, or shall I say this afternoon.
Welcome back to the Pirates franchise on MLB The Show. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. It is the Pirates and the Cubs here at Wrigley Field as we get ready for action here in Chicago. We'll get a look at the starter for the Cubs. It is Marcus Stroman, making his 15th start of the year. He is a guy that is not necessarily known for strikeouts, but is very good at limiting hard contact. This is a true athlete, a guy with a pretty good pitch mix, and definitely knows how to get guys out. We'll get a look at the Pirates lineup in this one, as the first three guys there in the order really haven't been up to par as far as expectations this season. But then from then on, it actually gets much better as Milton is hitting the ball well, Sawinski having a good year, Ji-Man Choi has been okay, and then the trio of Connor, Joe, Tucupita Marcano, and Endy Rodriguez are all swinging the bat extremely well. It's 3 in a row outside the zone as he's thrown a couple of cutters that missed and then tried a slider. And now the fastball misses high. It's a 4-pitch walk to Ke'Bryan Hayes, and the Pirates have the first base runner of the ball game. Fouls that one off as well, as that's now 5 straight sliders from Marcus Stroman. And then he goes into the dirt to get Reynolds swinging, but it gets away, and Hayes is at least able to advance to second on that one. Gets into scoring position now with 2 down, and Evan Milton will stand in. So that's actually good pitching there by Stroman. Just kept going slider, 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 and then eventually turns to a splitter and had Reynolds just all kind of mixed up there. As Milton swinging first pitch, lifts a fly ball into center field. Bellinger has it, and that'll do it for the Pirates as they strand a runner in scoring position. And we're going to the bottom of the first to get a look at the Cubs lineup in this one. First, we'll get a look at Milton as he is now making his 17th start of the year, a 10-2 record. The ERA is still very strong along with his whip. Still racking up a bunch of strikeouts. Just 12 walks through 100 innings is very efficient. So Ian Happ watches a strike there. He's a Pittsburgh native, and he's behind in the count 0-1, and that one is back to Milton and sends it over Choi for the first out. Now let's take a look at the Cubs lineup in this one, as it's Happ, Suzuki having a good year, then Nico Horner, Dansby Swanson looking to get his season on track, Christopher Morel, Trey Mancini, Edwin Rios will do the DHing, Cody Bellinger hitting just .218, and then Torrens will do the catching and bat ninth. Good take from Suzuki there, draws the count even at 2 apiece. He's hitting .330 with 10 home runs on the year and gets jammed on this one, but it's going to get down in center field for a base hit there, and the Cubs have their first base runner of the ball game. Curve misses down and away, and it's now 1-0 to Horner. Pitch from Milton is grounded up the middle. Bay has it, takes it to the bag himself for 1, on to first for 2, but he is just ahead of the throw, and that keeps the inning alive for the Cubs. So Warner is on at first, and he's got pretty good speed. We'll see if they want to try and put him in motion as Dansby Swanson steps in. It's a heck of a bat from Swanson here as he has battled back from down 0-2, fouled off a pitch or two, and the count now full. Warner in motion, and that ball hit hard into the gap in left center field. Reynolds long run, but he is going to get there to make the grab, and that'll do it for the Cubs in their half of the first, and we're scoreless as we head to the second. So this will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat as Sawinski doing a good job battling here. And now takes one up the middle for a base hit as his strong season continues. He's going to be hitting over .270 with 11 home runs after that base knock. Currently second in the National League voting, and he is on to start the inning. Not sure how, but Choi got a piece of that one to foul it back and stay alive. So it stays 1-2. And now that ball is hit well, deep to right field. Way back there, and gone! A 2-run shot for Ji-Man Choi. That is his 4th of the season, and the Pirates grab the lead. Wow. The pitch before was a sinker that dang near bounced. He barely fouls it off, and then Stroman tries to go back to the sinker there, and Choi just jumps on it and lifts this one deep and gone to, that's a deep part of this ballpark, to straightaway right field. That's one of the deeper, alleys, I guess, in all of baseball there. 393 feet to pretty much straightaway right field and barely got out of here. There he got a fastball in, so the count now 3-1 to Connor Joe as Stroman looking to hit the reset button, but that one's going to miss low, and now that's a walk to Joe to get the inning going again here for the Pirates with nobody on, or with one on now and nobody out. Well, the slider is in for a strike, but that was very hittable. Thankfully, Rodriguez was taking, and now the 2-1 pitch with one away is into the gap in left center field. Connor Joe is going to turn and head for third. Big turn by Rodriguez, but he retreats to first, and it'll be runners on the corners with one down. Missed down and in with the sinker there, and the count even, one apiece to Ji-Hwan Bae. Pitch from Stroman is hit hard right back up the middle. Behind the back flip to second for one. Swanson sends it on to first, but man, Bae is just so fast. How that's not a double play, I don't know, because he hit this ball pretty hard. That's a good effort at second. As you watch here, he fields it on the backhand, and just to keep his momentum, just flips it behind the back. But Bae hustling out of the box and just able to break up the double play, and a run is in to score. It's 3-0 Pirates. Hayes fouls off another one and stays alive, so it's still 2-2. Stroman looking to get out of the inning here. And that's a fastball right down the middle, and Hayes was all over it. He drills that one into right field for a 2-out single, and the inning stays alive for Brian Reynolds. It'll be first and second, 2 down. Man, that one was very dangerous as Reynolds pulls it foul. The count now full with 2 down. Runners will be in motion, and that ball is hit right at him at second, and they're going to get out of this and strand those couple of runners. But 3 runs are across for the Pirates, and they've got the early lead as we head to the bottom of the second. Curve in the dirt, couldn't tempt him, and it's now 1-2 to Morrell. That one's lifted into center field. Shouldn't be any trouble for Reynolds, and he is under that one and has it for the first out. Now it's Trey Mancini. The average is pretty typical for him at 269, but the power numbers are down. He's got just 3 home runs so far this year. As you get a look there at the league leaders in wins in the National League, as it's Milton, Kershaw, and Scherzer all sitting there with 10. Now the 0-1 pitch to Mancini is chopped back up the middle. Milton fields his position, sends it over to Choi, and that's 2 quick outs. Ugly swing there from Rios as he helped out Milton on a curve out of the zone, down and away, and now it's 1-2. And he pops this one up the elevator shaft. Rodriguez loses the mask, and he is under it and has it, so 3 up, 3 down for Milton in the second, and it didn't take him a lot of pitches, and it's going to be 3-0 Pirates as we head to the third. So Evan Milton will start things off for the Pirates. He had a pitch to hit in his first plate appearance and lifted a fly ball that was caught, so he's 0 for 1 as he takes a cutter in there for strike 1 to start the at-bat. Stroman at 55 pitches through those first 3 innings, really, or those first 2 innings, but it was that last inning that was obviously pretty taxing as the Pirates nearly batted around, and now it is going to be tough for him to get much depth in this game if he continues to fall behind in the count, as he has done again here. So a quick strike and then back-to-back pitches miss, and now that one hits him, but they are still going to get him as Morrell, that's a heads-up play there as he hustles over to field that one off of a ricochet off of Stroman. They get the out at first, but this one was really close, and yeah, they got him. So the Pirates thinking about a challenge there, but decide not to, and that's the first out of the inning. Choi stands in with 2 outs. Stroman could definitely use a quick inning here, and that's going to do it, as that's a 2-pitch ground out. So it took him, just 8 pitches in that inning as he sets them down in order, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Bellinger, Torrens, and then the top of the order for the Cubs. Good job by Bellinger here to work the count back to full. It is 3-2, and the pitch from Milton is down, but he goes after it and is down on strikes. So the struggles for Bellinger continue as the average is way down there. He's had some pretty good power this year, but just struggling to get the average up. One away now for Torrens. First pitch to him is a curve that is hanging, and he lifts it into left center field. That's a long run for Reynolds, and he's going to get to that one. So he's been challenged in the gaps so far in this one, but makes the grab there. It's a one pitch out, and now 2 down as the leadoff hitter comes up, and Ian Happ. That's a really good take from Happ there. It's now 2-1 as the last 2 pitches just missing. And he lays off, but now lifts a lazy fly into left. Sawinski has it, and it's another 3 up, 3 down for Milton. As we're going to go to the 4th inning here, the Pirates still leading 3-0. Rodriguez fouls that one off. The count now 1-2 to Stroman, looking for another quick inning here. And that ball is hit pretty well and is going to get down in left center field. So some hard contact here in the inning for the Pirates, but that's the first time they've got anything to show for it, as Rodriguez is on with 2 down. Stroman gets a slider in there for strike 1 to Ji-hwan Bae. 0 for 2 so far in this one. And he comes in with another slider and hits him, and that is going to make it 1st and 2nd now with 2 outs in the inning, and Ke'Bryan Hayes with an RBI opportunity. Sinker in there for strike 1. Rodriguez runs okay for a catcher, and they're not holding him on, so he should have a pretty good jump on this with 2 down. And that ball is into right field, and it's going to get down. They had to kind of play it on the short hop, and now the throw has nothing on it, and Rodriguez is in to score a 2-out rally for the Pirates, and they have extended this lead to 4 apiece. This is actually a pretty good pitch from Marcus Stroman, but Ke'Bryan Hayes was looking for something down and away and goes with it. That's just excellent hitting to get the 2-out RBI single. Reynolds had one to hit there, but pulled it foul. You got runners on the corners here, and I'll tell you what, if he can put a ball in the gap, that might do it for Marcus Stroman today. As the pitch count is up there, there's already action in the Cubs bullpen, and that one is out of here. Bryan Reynolds with a 3-run shot, and the 2-out rally is going to do it here as the Cubs now down 7-0 in this one. Thanks to the 8th homer of the year for Bryan Reynolds. And, man, this is just a hanger, and he stays back and just drills it. Didn't know if that one was going to get out of here, but that's good enough for actually, I think, his 9th of the season. And that is it for Stroman as the Cubs are turning to the bullpen, and it's going to be Drew Smiley to come on and try and eat some innings here as he's making his 15th appearance. And he's given them a ton of length in the appearances that he has made so far this year. A 4.62 ERA, and he's worked 74 innings. And it's going to be Evan Milton will be the first batter that he gets to face, as his first pitch is going to be on the corner for strike 1. So, you know, ahead in the count, he's going to probably go to that off-speed breaking ball, and wouldn't be surprised if the Pirates tend to sit on it, because he does feature it a lot and sometimes throws it too much, and it can get him into trouble. Misses outside with another fastball there, and now it's 2-1. That's 3 straight 2-seams. And now the windup and the pitch is right down the middle. Milton hits that one hard, and that's going to get through into center field. So more hard contact here in the 4th inning as the Pirates offense is pretty lively this afternoon. Sawinski takes a strike here. 2 outs in the 4th, a 7-run lead for the Pirates. And that ball was hit well, but going to be right at him at second, and they will finally get out of the inning, but not before the Pirates put up another crooked number as they rally with 2 outs to score 4 runs, capped off by the 3-run shot from Reynolds, and the Pirates are up big. Suzuki fouls that one off, and the count quickly 0-2. Pitch number 40 of the game is strike 3 as he swings at a slider off the plate away and is down on strikes for the first out. Milton tried to get him with the fastball up, but a good eye by Horner to lay off, and that draws the count even at 2 apiece. And now he goes back to the slider, grounded to short. Bae going to have to hurry here as Horner runs well, but he gets him for the 2nd out. So Milton had him reaching at a changeup there, and it's quickly 0-2 to Swanson. Goes back to a fastball this time, and that's going to be routine in center as Reynolds is under that. It's another quick inning for Milton as he has been very sharp. And the Cubbies are in trouble as they're down 7 as we head to the 5th. Milton goes to a 3-1 slider and able to get him to foul it off. He chased that one down out of the zone and helped him, and now he takes strike 3 on a fastball on the outside corner, and that's the first out. Mancini late again there as he fouls off a curve, then he fouls off a fastball, and he goes back up and in this time with a fastball, and he got him. So Reynolds tracks that one down. It's F8. Now 2 quick outs here in the inning, and Milton 1 away from 5 scoreless as Edwin Rios steps in. Good eye by Rios there as he lays off the changeup down and away to draw the count even at 2 apiece. Now Milton goes back up and in, and it's going to be Reynolds with another long run here as he is going to get there, and that will end the inning. So another good inning of work from Milton as he has pitched 5 scoreless, just 1 hit allowed. It's going to be 9-1-2 due up for the Pirates as we head to the 6th. So now it's 2 down for Evan Milton. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Swinging the bat really well for the Pirates all season long. And watches a fastball miss low there to make it 1-0. 2 runners on here as it's Matthias taking the lead off a second. Hayes is the trail runner, and Milton watches a fastball. A cutter catches the outside corner to draw the count even at 1 apiece. Now that pitch is hit pretty well, deep to left field. It's hooking towards the line, and it is going to be caught way out there in the corner. There are some ballparks where that might even be a home run, but it's just a long out there, and it's going to be 8-9-1 due up for the Cubs as we head to the bottom of the 6th. So after 2 very well located fastballs, he makes a mistake there with the changeup. Bellinger fouls it off, but now he watches strike 3, and he is down on just 4 pitches, and that's the first out here in the 6th. Late to recognize the hanging slider there. It's 0-2 and pitch number 70 on the way for Milton. Got him on the at the belt for strike 3 as he's looking at that one, and that's back-to-back strikeouts to start the 6th. And Ian Happ will stand in now with 2 down. Good take there from Happ as he lays off the changeup to draw the count even at 1. And now rolls over this one, hits it to the right side. Mercado dives, knocks it down, but not going to have a play. So it's an infield single for Happ, and the Cubs just 2 hits now. And the other one that they had is from this man right here, Seiya Suzuki. That is a great take with 2 strikes there by Suzuki. The count now full, so Happ will be on the move here. The pitch from Milton, he got the call at the belt again as he sets them down in order, and each one of them looking on fastballs up in the zone, and the Cubs are down 7-0 as we head to the 7th. Warner able to foul that one off. The count stays 0-2, and now he chases a slider down out of the zone, and Milton has just been sharp as he racks up another strikeout here. That's just 83 pitches to this point as Swanson steps in with 1 down. So Milton tried the high fastball there as he's had some success with it, but that one a little bit too much over the middle of the plate. Thankfully, Swanson pulled it foul, and now it's 2-2. He grounds this one to short. Matthias has it, sends it over to Santana, and that's the 2nd out. That is an excellent job to foul that off and stay alive. So the count 1-2 to Morel, and now he gets a curve that's hanging and takes it into center field, and that's actually going to get all the way to the wall. So Mitchell unable to cut it off. Morel runs pretty well, and he's going to have an easy triple here with 2 down in the 7th. Just the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Cubs, and we'll see what the Pirates do here with the pitch count starting to get up there for Milton. And that will do it for Milton as the Pirates are going to turn to the bullpen. It's going to be Angel Perdomo coming in here with 2 outs in the 7th. That's an excellent start from the Milton. 6 2/3, 3 hits. He is responsible for the runner at 3rd, but just needs 1 out from Perdomo to close the book on another scoreless outing.
Your attention, please.
Get a look at the numbers here for Perdomo. 20 appearances, 21 innings of work, and a 2.57 ERA. He has been pretty rock solid for the Pirates. Not as strong against righties as he has been against lefties, and it is a right-hander due up before a couple of lefties in this Cubs lineup. All right, so it's Mancini to start things off, and then a couple of lefties. And with a base open here, we're actually going to do the pitch around option, and he walks him. I'm okay with that because now we have a matchup with Rios that I really like, and he got out of the inning. And now we can pretty much just roll through this for the most part. Let him pitch to him, and now we're going to go to Oviedo. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Oviedo and try and get the last 2 innings. All right. Milton with another single, so 2 for 5 on the day. Okay. 7-2 victory. We didn't get the shutout, but a nice comfy win. Win number 11 for Evan Milton, as he has the league lead now in that category and was outstanding in this one. 6 2/3, 3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Just another ho-hum, awesome performance for this rookie, as he has just been awesome for the Pirates this year. He goes 2 for 5 on the day. Reynolds with just the 1 hit, but it was the 3-run homer. Nice day for Ke'Bryan Hayes, going 3 for 3 with a walk. And an RBI, right? Yeah. So he was solid. That's the 9th homer of the year for Reynolds, 4th of the year for Choi. Milton goes to 11-2. Perdomo, good job from him. And then Oviedo just in garbage time, an inning and 2/3, 2 earned. So nice win for the Pirates. And let's head back to the main screen here and see what is on tap. We're going to have a ball game with Contreras. I don't know who he's going to be facing, but as you can see here on the schedule, we do have a bunch of days before we actually have a day off. So for, 12 more days in a row with ball games before we finally get a day of rest. So we're going to have to be pretty strategic with resting our guys and watching our stamina. But I think we'll be okay. So it's going to be Contreras against Justin Steele. So hang tight, and we'll head on out to Chicago for Game 2 of the series. Well, this was a tough loss to swallow because we had a chance to tie it in the top of the 9th. We fell behind 5-0. Put up a 3 spot in the 6th to make it 5-3. They get a couple of runs over the 6th and the 7th. And then in the 9th, if we look at the box score, I don't know where it started. I guess it started maybe with Castro. But anyway, we start a rally. And we get it to where we're within a run. And Reynolds is at the plate with nobody out and a runner on third. So at that point, I'm thinking, let's let him swing away. If he gets a hit, then Milton's up with a runner on and a chance to win it with a go-ahead knock. Reynolds hits into a double play, and then Milton flies out, and that's how the game ends. So even if Reynolds would have gotten out, I would have just squeezed home the runner to tie the game and give us a chance to go to extras. But it just, that obviously did not pan out. But Milton ends up with a couple of hits. Also stole a base. Contreras had a rough 5th inning. Ends up giving up 4 1/3, 6 hits and a walk, 5 earned. He struck out 8. And then the bullpen did an okay job, with the exception really of Underwood. He was not very sharp in this one. And we lose 7-6. And our next matchup is going to be Mitch Keller against Hayden Wisniewski. We're looking here. The Brewers are still playing pretty good ball and nipping at our heels. They're just 3 games back, so these games are important. Every one of these could matter as we get deep into the season, and so we don't want to let these get away from us when we're playing the worst team in the division. Well, we got another Mitch Keller special in this one, as we're down 6-0 after 2 innings and just never even had a chance because he's so terrible. We end up with just 7 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Milton goes 2 for 4 and hit a home run, but Keller was just awful. 2 innings, and I actually left him in there to start the 3rd, and he walked the first batter he faced. 5 hits, 3 walks. 6 runs, 5 of them earned, didn't strike anybody out. Velasquez came in and did an excellent job, going 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 1 earned, 7 strikeouts. He gave us a chance, but we just couldn't get the bats going really. But as we kind of now are pretty well into this season, and we look at what's going on in the rotation, obviously Milton is fine. Contreras has been solid. Keller has not been very good. Brubaker has not been all that great, but we don't really expect a ton from him. And he was doing okay. His last couple starts haven't been the greatest. I think we're at a spot where maybe what we do is put You know what? I don't think we're ready to trade Keller just yet. He hasn't been so atrocious that, like, an ERA north of 5 and a whip of like 1.7 or whatever. I want to see that whip come down, but I don't think we're ready to make a move yet. But we're close. Like, I've seen it too many times now to know, or to let that go too much longer. Brendan Malone, broken arm, and he's going to be out for pretty much the rest of the season. He's a pitcher, is he not? Starting pitcher? Yeah, so we'll just go to our single A roster and call up Bubba Chandler. 20 years old. He's a 57 overall. So he could, if he has a couple of good seasons or whatever, could turn into a decent option, right? All right. Next up, JT Brubaker versus Wade Miley. And now these games are big. The Brewers 2.5 behind, and we're going to Milwaukee in this series. So this is a big series coming up. We at least want to take it, one of the games, if not two. A sweep would be awesome. Well, we were never really in this game. We lose 7-3. JT Brubaker just didn't have it in this one and got roughed up a little bit early. We end up with 8 hits, 4 walks, struck out 6 times. Milton 1 for 4. Another good day for Matthias as he goes 3 for 4. And he is hitting .404. Holy, I can't figure out what's going on with that guy. And it's at the point now where, like, I kind of have to consider starting him over Ji-Hwan Bae, but I don't want to mess with anything at this point. Brubaker, 7 hits and 2 walks across 3 innings. Gave up 6 earned. He just wasn't very good. Oviedo does a good job giving us some long relief, and then Garcia gets the last 6 outs. He kind of labored through them, but it was garbage time, and we just kind of let him take his thumps a little bit. All right, so now we have cycled around to where Milton is due for his next start. He could get win number 12 in this one, and it would be a big one as it is now a 1.5 game split in the division here, as the Pirates are 3-7 over their last 10, while the Brewers are 8-2 over that stretch. So they've definitely closed the gap. If they take this next game, they'll be just a half game back and a chance to take the lead in the division in the final game of the series. So sit tight, and we will be heading out to Milwaukee for Game 2 against the Brewers. And here we are in Milwaukee as it is the Brewers hosting the Pirates in an NL Central matchup in the top 2 teams in this division squaring off. Pirates have to like the pitching matchup as it's going to be Jansen Junk going to the hill for the Brew Crew, while Evan Milton is due to start for the Pirates. So we get a look at Junk's numbers, and they are junk as his whip is pushing 2. His ERA is over 8, and that's across 61 2/3. Not a lot of strikeouts, about a walk every other inning, and 85 hits over 61 2/3. So he's just not missing bats, and he's going to have to be sharp in this one to keep it close. Slider caught the outside corner there to get the count now to 2-1 to Ji-Hwan Bae. And that's a fastball right down the middle. He takes it into the right center field. That ball is headed for the gap. This is going to be extra bases for Bae. He can run, and he is going to have a triple here as he is going to be into third without a throw. And the Pirates, with a runner just 90 feet away, 4 pitches into this game on the second triple of the year for Ji-Hwan Bae. Nowhere real close with that slider, and the count now 1 apiece to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Pitch is way outside, gets away from the catcher, and Bae is going to come in to score on the wild pitch. So how about that? Just 7 pitches in, you got a triple and a wild pitch, and look how far outside that pitch is. Just no chance for Contreras, and Bae able to easily come in and score, and the Pirates have a 1-0 lead. Fastball on the inside corner there. Nice pitch to get the count even at 2 apiece. And now another fastball left right over the heart, and Hayes rips that one into left. So that's another hard contact there for the Pirates, and they've got another man on here with with nobody out. Junk missing way up and in there. The count now 2-1 to Reynolds, hitting just .239 on the year. Power numbers have been okay, but the average is definitely down, and that ball is into the gap in left center field with Hayes in motion, and that's actually going to get out of here. Opposite field power from Brian Reynolds, and it's 3-0 just like that on the 10th of the year from the switch hitting center fielder, and what a start for the Pirates in a big game too, as they came into this one just a game and a half up in the division, and they're already up 3-0 before Evan Milton even throws a pitch. So now you got to face Evan Milton and just hit the reset button if you're Jansen Junk. You got to do whatever you can to minimize some damage here and keep this thing close. It's already in danger of getting out of a hand here, as you do get a strike on the corner there to Milton, and it's 0-1. And now that one hit hard, but he was late on it, and it's foul down the third base line. So quickly 0-2 to Milton, who took Rookie of the Month honors for the second time in a row in May. No surprise there, as he's taken that award for each of the first couple of months of the season. And now battles back to draw the count even at 2 apiece. So big pitch here from Junk. And that's back up the middle, and it hits him. He's going to have to hurry, but he gets to it and is able to get Milton for the first out of the inning. So Craig Counsell may be a little bit of concern here, as your starting pitcher is getting knocked around and beat up in more ways than one so far in this one. But he does get the out here, waving off the trainer, and it looks like he's going to stay in the game. Now 1-1 as the fastball gets the corner here. This is pitch number 26 in just the first inning. And Choi takes this one deep to left center field. This ball is hit well. This one is back to the track, and it's going to short hop the wall, and that'll be a stand-up double for Choi with 2 down. The inning stays alive, and Junk is just in trouble here. First pitch fastball good for a strike to Connor Joe. He's got that average up over 300 on the season. The 0-1 pitch is hit hard into left center field. This is going to get down, and it's into the gap. It's going to be extra bases for Connor Joe if he hurries. Then it's going to be a stand-up double as the throw comes in offline. And it's now 4-0 Pirates on the 2-out RBI double for Connor Joe. So a lot of hard contact so far in this one for the Pirates, as they've got a runner in scoring position. 2 outs here. Marcano, ground ball to second. That's going to do it for the Pirates in the first. But great start for them, as they've got a 4 spot on the board before Milton throws even a single pitch. We'll get a look at his numbers as we head to the bottom of the first. And there you see the numbers for the righty, making his 18th start of the year. And the ERA and the WHIP have been trending in the right direction lately, as he is just sensational so far this season. Looking for his 12th win of the year, and if he pitches anything like he's capable of, this should be a pretty comfortable win for the Pirates with a 4-run lead early. First pitch fastball in there for strike 1 to Turang. And now a changeup lifted into left right at Sawinski, and he's got it for the first out. So a little bit of a mistaken location there with the changeup, but he does get the out. And now we'll look at the Milwaukee lineup in this one, as some numbers that stand out. Contreras hitting .303, Yelich 305, but Rowdy Tellez just 172 and 4 for 13 over his last 10 games. So look to him to get back on track there in the back half of that lineup. There's a fastball in for strike 1 to Yelich. Now the 0-1 is another changeup that this time was better location but better hitting, and he takes that into center field for a 1-out single. Fastball got the corner there. Quickly 0-1 to Contreras. Goes back to the fastball. This is chopped down the third base line. Hayes has it, has to go to first with it. They get the out there. Yelich moves into scoring position with 2 down. Good block there by Rodriguez to hold Yelich second. And now the 2-2 pitch. Fastball up and in. Got him looking to end the inning. Nice pitch there from Milton as they strand the runner in scoring position. And it's 4-0 Pirates after 1. That's a really good curve there by Junk to get the count back to 2-1 to Reynolds. And now he goes with a fastball that's up and over the plate. Reynolds takes it down the third base line, and that's going to score Bay from second to make it 5-0. A 2-out RBI single from Reynolds. He's now 2 for 2 with a homer and 3 runs driven in. That brings up Evan Milton, 0 for 1. Remember, he hit the comebacker that hit Junk and ended up being a 1-3. But he's 1 for 5 so far in the series. Watches a strike there, falls behind in the count. It's 0-1 now. And that ball is hit pretty well, but that's going to hang up and be caught. So he goes down for a changeup there, golfs it, and made pretty good contact, but nothing to show for it. But the Pirates do get one, and it's 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Voit out in front of the changeup there, swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2 to the power hitting first baseman. And now swing and a miss there on the slider gets him for the first out. We talked about the struggles for Tellez earlier, and now he's behind 0-2. And a changeup got him looking. He was fooled there, and he's down on just 3 pitches and 2 quick strikeouts for Evan Milton. Not very close with that curve, so after a couple of good takes, that one not very tempting, and the count now full. 3-2 to Urias. The pitch is on the outside corner for strike 3. Milton sets him down in the order. He strikes out the side, and the Pirates lead 5-0 after 2. He tries a curve there and misses, and now it's a full count. 1 away, runner on second for Connor Joe, and that ball hit well into right field. That's going to get down. Sawinski is going to round third and head for home. Here comes the throw, and it is not going to get him. Connor Joe is going to head for second on the throw to the plate. Good base running there as he's going to get into scoring position. It's now 6-0, 1 away here in the third, and still a runner in scoring position as the Pirates are just all over Jansen Junk in this one. And that is going to do it for the righty as his day is over. He's headed to the showers early after just 2 1/3. 6 runs already. He's responsible for the runner on second, and Craig Counsell no choice but to go ahead and go to the bullpen. On in relief for the Brewers is Adrian Hauser, making his 17th appearance of the year. 42 1/3 worked so far, a 4.68 ERA. Not a guy that generates a ton of strikeouts, but he does a pretty good job keeping the ball in the ballpark despite giving up a fair number of hits. Soft roller down the third base line. He throws it away, and that's going to score the runner from second as that's going to go down as an E5. Another run is in to score, and it's 7-0, and Rodriguez advancing to second on that throw as that was nowhere close. He just sailed it. That's definitely a mistaken location there. A 3-1 slider that he had one to hit, but fouled it back, and now 3-2, and he's late on a fastball and down on strikes. Good job battling back there by Milton, as that's the first out of the inning. Garrett Mitchell, speedster, hitting just 237 on the year. The 0-1 pitch is chopped back up the middle. Milton fields it and sends it over to Choi, and 2 quick outs here in the third. That's a heck of a take there, and Terang, great job here to battle it back and get it to 3-2. So the payoff pitch is a fastball that he makes a mistake there, and that's served into left field. Sawinski has it, and that's going to be a base hit with 2 down. Terang has pretty good speed, but down 7 runs, I wouldn't suspect that they'll be doing a whole lot of base running. Actually, there he goes, and that's hit hard, but right at Hayes, and he gloves it to end the inning. If that gets past him, that's into the corner and probably scores the runner, but instead, it's the final out of the inning, and it's still 7-0. That'll bring up Evan Milton here with 2 down in the inning. You see his numbers for the season. He's 0 for 2 in this one with a line out and a ground out, but has really hit the ball hard both times. Just nothing to show for it. As Hauser out there just kind of trying to keep things, respectable at this point. I wouldn't even say it's necessarily within striking distance, but you never know. If you can get a crooked number at some point, and then, bloop and a blast kind of thing, you might be able to get back into this. As there's a chopper up the middle, just no chance with Milton's speed. That's an infield single. Throw was offline anyway, but he had that one beat, and he's on with a 2-out knock. It's a pretty good-looking fastball there. Not really where he wanted to locate it, but should have been strike 1, and now it's back up the middle. Soft contact there. Milton has it, and that's going to be the first out. Adames was early on that fastball, fouled it away. Now 1-2, swing and a miss on a slider, got him swinging, and that's the second out of the inning. Good take there. Slider missing off the plate away. It's now 1-2. Pitch number 50 is just low, apparently. Goodness gracious, was that a good pitch. And it moves to 2-2 now on Luke Voigt. And that ball is hit well. Deep to right field. This one is back, and it is gone. So a tough break there for Milton. The pitch before, you thought you had him strike out. You struck out, and instead, the next pitch, Luke Voigt goes opposite field, something he's not really known for. But he got good wood on it, and just enough to get it out over the right field wall. And the shutout is gone as it's now 7-1. The Brewers are on the board. It was late on a center cut fastball, so now it's 1-1 to Tellez. And this time he squares it up, timed that one well, and takes it in to center field for a 2-out single. So hard contact, back-to-back hitters for the Brewers, and they've got a man on with 2 down. There's back-to-back close pitches where Milton gets the call, so some inconsistency from the home plate umpire. That one in the dirt, Urias went around. Rodriguez has to send it down to Choi, but does so to end the inning. But Luke Voigt gets the Brewers on the board. It is 7-1 after the solo shot, and we are headed to the 5th. Takes a first pitch fastball for strike 1, and now it's 0-1. And that ball chopped down the third base line. Hayes fields and throws and gets him with ease, and that's the first out. It's a pretty nasty curve from Milton there, and now it's 1-2. Goes upstairs, and he couldn't hold up. He tried to check, but went around and is down on strikes, as that is now 2 down here in the inning for Bryce Terang with nobody on. Terang unable to pick up the changeup there. Tried to check his swing, but went around, and it's now 1-2. And Milton tried to get a fastball by him down and away, but he's having none of it. Serves it into center field for a 2-out single, and the inning stays alive. That's a nice backdoor curve from Milton. Yelich late to recognize it, fouls it off. The count 1-2, and then he gets him with a fastball up to end the inning. So another strikeout for Milton as he holds them scoreless that time, and we are now through 5, and it's still 7-1 Pirates. And then Reynolds late on that one, fouls it off, and now it's 2-2. That ball was right down the middle, and Reynolds gets good wood on it, sends it into the gap in left center field, and it's going to bounce over the wall for an automatic double. And he is now a triple away from the cycle. Here in just the 6th inning, there's a chance because he should get at least one more at bat. So that brings up Evan Milton now, a runner on scoring position, 1 away here in the inning. He's 1 for 3 on the day, has hit the ball pretty well all 3 times. Actually, the worst time the worst contact he had is the only hit he's got, and that's baseball in a nutshell right there. And a fastball looked like a strike. It's called ball 1. Now he'll probably miss off the corner and get the call to make it 1-1. And this ball is hit deep to center field. Back to the track, but it's going to be caught just shy of the warning track, and Reynolds will tag and move up to third. But there's another one where Milton gets pretty good wood on the ball, but nothing to show for it as he just hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. Contreras will start things off for Milwaukee. He's 0 for 2 in this one. He gets a curve to hit there and takes it through the left side and in to left field for a base hit to start the inning. So swinging first pitch at a breaking ball and just able to get enough to get it through for a single. That's 2 good takes from Adames to get the count now to 2-1. Runner at first, nobody out. That ball is hit to Bay. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play, and there it is. So that's what Milton was looking for. He induces the ground ball that starts the double play, and the twin killing now leaves it up to Luke Voigt here with 2 down in the inning. Voigt late on that fastball, and that's 2 fastballs in a row that he wasn't able to do anything with. And Milton, I think, is just going to challenge him here. And he does, and he got him looking. So 3 straight fastballs. So that's how you respond after giving up a home run to him the last time. You just challenge him and set him down on 3 pitches. And that's now 6 innings of excellent pitching from Evan Milton, and the Pirates have this one comfortably in hand. Choi just missing extra bases there as that one just fouled down the right field line. And then this one is hit hard. This one has a chance to get out of here. Way back in, into the bleachers for a solo shot on a 0-2 slider. He just leaves it up and over the middle of the plate, and that is Choi's 5th of the year, as he's having a pretty nice ball game for the Pirates, and that gets it back to a 7-run advantage, as it's now 8-1. Bay takes a curve inside. The count now 1-0. With the runners at first and second and one down here in the 7th. Tripled back in the first, and this one is headed for the corner. This should be extra bases for him. Will they send Rodriguez? No, they're going to hold him at third. So Bay is now a home run away from the cycle, and with one out in the 7th, there's a respectable chance that he could get back to the plate. And you know, he doesn't hit a whole lot of home runs, but if he could get one now, he'd pick up that cycle. Curve missing in there, and it's now 1-2 to Reynolds. Still looking for that triple for the cycle, and he's not going to get it as this one comes up and in and hits him. Surely no intent there, as that's a slider that came in and got him to load the bases now for Evan Milton with 2 down here in the inning. So if you're Milton, I think you got to be looking for something down in the zone. And of course, he starts him with a fastball up and in. So now I'm going to take away back foot slider and then be, well, okay. It's going to miss inside and makes it 1-1. If he tries to throw that pitch and leaves it over the plate down and in, I'm going to try and golf it into the bleachers. Anything else, we're thinking sinker. And he tries a backdoor slider, and it just, you know, cement mixer hangs out there. And now it's 2-1. Let's find a gap here. Late to recognize it, but man, was that a hanger. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Big pitch here. Yeah, he got me to go down out of the zone. So he's going to get out of this without too much damage in the inning, but the Pirates now leading by 8 as it's 9-1 as we head to the stretch. 18 hits for the Pirates. Good gravy. Had him out in front of the changeup there, and it's now 1-2 to Tellez. Goes back to the changeup here, and it's grounded to the right side. Marcano fields and sends it over to Choi, and that's the first out. Luis Urias 0 for 2 so far in this one. Pitch number 85 on the way, and that is served into left field off the end of the bat. A base hit here with one down, and I think that's going to do it for Milton. Big lead here. He's pitched pretty well. Got him 6 1/3, a runner on first, but no reason to really push him that far. And that is the case, as they are going to turn to the lefty out of the bullpen. So a great start for Milton as he yields to Angel Perdomo, Angel Perdomo rather, as he has been pretty good for the Pirates this year. 21 innings, or 21 appearances, 21 1/3 innings of work, and a 2.49 ERA. Has been absolutely lights out against lefties. So Perdomo on here in relief, and you can see again here, he hasn't even thrown a pitch yet, and they drop his energy down. I don't know what's going on with that, but that is getting on my nerves. But Taylor is up, and one away here with a runner at first. Strikeout, and that closes the book on Milton. He goes 6 1/3, 7 hits, 1 earned, and is in position for another win here in this one. Let's go ahead and start getting some guys onto the bench for some rest. Connor Joe especially, as he's playing every day now, and we need to try and get him some time off. And how about that? Mitchell, some lefty-on-lefty action there. We're going to go with Castro here. There you go, RBI double. Jason DeLay pops up. Bay needs a homer for the cycle, so I'm going to let him get his turn at the plate next inning before we take him out as a defensive substitution. All right, let's go to a righty here. Chase DeYoung. Oh my goodness. Okay, no big deal. He struck out. And Reynolds didn't get his triple either. It's okay though. Let's go ahead and go with. Let's go with Leeds actually. I don't think it matters too much. And that's a 10-4 win, good buddy, as the Pirates take this one with ease. got out to an early lead and just never really took it off the gas pedal. And they run away with this one. 10 strikeouts for Milton. He's been striking out guys at a pretty good clip. I don't think it's anything like super unrealistic though, so we'll leave the settings where they are and just kind of see how things continue to go. But 4 hits for Ji Hwan Wei, 3 hits for Reynolds, 3 for Ji-Man Choi, 4 for Connor Joe. So all those guys having outstanding days. Lots of extra base hits, couple of home runs in this one. Sawinski stole a base. Win number 12 for Milton gets him back out in front in the race for the most wins. Bullpen wasn't exactly outstanding, but it didn't matter as we win this one 10-4. Now let's get back to the main screen here and see what's on tap. That's a big win as we get the division lead back out to 2.5 games, and 1 game left in the series, and it's going to be. Oh wait, we have scouting to do first, I believe. Ooh, the Cardinals are offering us a trade in the division. This is a little bit interesting. I am not trading away Jack Sawinski, so I'm not even going to. Well, I'll look at Nolan Gorman. I mean, this is interesting because of how good this guy could be. I mean, he's 22, a potential. I mean, like, I'm really tempted, but, like, we're in a situation right now where we're in a race for the playoffs, and Sawinski is a big part of that. And I really don't have a ton of outfield depth, so if I got rid of him, we'd be in trouble. And this would be a move to build for the future when we have a chance to win now. So we're going to decline that one. But again, if we were like 6 games back, I probably would have, strongly considered that one. All right. Scouting assignments. Let's see what we have going on here. Bud Washington. Yeah. He's still, at least a B potential and could be a high or like a mid-A on the potential scale. But this is a guy that's basically a right-handed Kenny Lofton. He's, good contact hitter, not going to have much power. Pretty good vision and discipline. Good glove, not necessarily the strongest arm, and then top-notch speed. So I don't think he's as good as if we look at Daryl Justice. I don't think he's the same caliber. Like, Justice should be more of a power-hitting corner outfielder, which I think helps us. Plus, he's only 19 and probably just as good now, if not better. So I think this would be the number 1 pick, even though the upside maybe isn't quite as high. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. And it's starting to look more and more like Justice is going to be the guy. Because what week are we in? We're in week 12. There aren't that many guys left at positions other than pitcher. I guess we'll look at Cabrera. I don't have high expectations here because the overall goes all the way down to 50 and the high-end potential only goes to 94. And that will probably come down. So I just don't see, I almost wonder if we should continue to look at this guy. Maybe we do in like week 18 because there are no other outfielders that I think we should look at. I kind of regret maybe not looking at this dude because his switch hitting ability paired with that potential up around 99 really interests me. But it never looks like he's going to be an elite hitter. So I think he's going to be really, really raw. With that overall being as low as 38, that means he's going to take forever to get to the majors. And then you might just not have that long left with him. So let's look at Raul Cabrera and see what we have with him. For international, why are we looking at international left fielders? Maybe we're thinking there's somebody in like 2nd round, perhaps. Let's see here. Marcos Perez. he looks like a potential steal if I can get him in the second round, but I don't think we're going to be able to. And he opted out of the doctor's exam, which makes me pretty nervous. Then you got Will Hartman out of Cuba. He looks like he could be pretty good right away, but with just, not so much upside. I kind of like that as an option, maybe with a second round pick. If he's still there, that could be a good one. And with that in mind, you know what? Let's look at Brandon Fields. I think we're going to try and get down fine-tuned for, just to be 100% sure on our first pick. This guy's got crazy high potential, and the overall could be pretty high for an 18-year-old. So I think he's worth a look in case he's way better than where he fell on the initial scouting report. So, yeah, I want to focus most of my efforts on, making sure we get really solid picks in the first couple of rounds. The later rounds are not that big of a deal, so, the broad target scouting technique doesn't really help so much at this point. Starting pitcher in the Central, we probably need to just leave it if I had to guess. Yeah. I mean, he's at 40, 20. Yeah, we'll just leave it there, and that's how we're going to leave the scouting for now. All right. Roansy Contreras against Corbin Burns in the rubber match here. So it's the get out of town game and a chance to get it back to a 3.5 edge in the division. Well, this one was pretty ugly. We got beat up 11-3. Contreras just really wasn't all that sharp. The highlight of the game for us is Mark Mathias. This guy is unreal. I gave Hayes some rest, and really I was thinking maybe I could use the extra offense if Mathias stays hot. And just to be safe, given that it was a righty on the hill, I put him in the 8 hole, and the guy goes 4 for 4 with a double, a homer, and 2 driven in. I mean, he's hitting 446. This is just crazy. And then Contreras, you see there, 3 1/3, 8 hits, 3 walks. He was just not very good. Velasquez came in, 2 runs over 3 innings. Garcia had some bad luck with defense behind him. He only gave up 2 hits and a walk, but 4 runs. That tells you how bad the defense was. And part of that was that he gave up a homer in the back end of it. And then Underwood, garbage time inning, and we just get annihilated 11-3. So we've got the Cubs and Mitch Keller, and it's, we just don't know what we're going to get from Mitch Keller anymore. He's been off and on. He's had some good starts this year, but for the most part has been, subpar. So we'll see if he can kind of get on a hot stretch, get that ERA down and the whip a little bit, and at least for now, get us a win here against the Cubs. Well, we had a tough one here. We lose 8-5 in 10 innings. Looking at the box score here, we'll just call out some highlights. Milton went 3 for 5. Connor Joe's continuing to swing the bat well, going 2 for 3, or 2 for 4. I just can't get Hayes and Reynolds going, and that's killing us at the top of the order. The bottom of the order didn't really do a whole lot. Mathias collected another hit. Jason DeLay 2 for 3, trying to hang on to his major league career. Castro had an error that cost us big time, as that allowed a run to score and also forced Keller to stay in the game longer in that 5th inning, and he got a little bit tired. And I decided to go to Perdomo, and he didn't do very well. He gets a hit and a walk, ends up giving up an earned run, and I turn to Underwood. He comes in and blows a save by giving up a run that scored the run that was credited to Perdomo. Then Beeks only able to go a third of an inning, and I don't really know. Oh, that probably ended the 7th, I guess. Then Chase DeYoung came in and was actually doing okay until the 10th, and I decided to leave him in because I was kind of running out of arms at that point. And he gave up a hit, a walk, and then a grand slam. and pretty much game over at that point. So it was a tough one, but it's just one game, and now it's going to be Brubaker and Wisniewski in Game 2 of the series as the Brewers have clawed back to make it a game and a half again. Okay, so this is a tough loss for a couple of reasons. One, because we did a good job of clawing back after a tough 6th inning and responding with 3 runs in the 7th to capture a 1-run lead. But then in the 8th, we give up 2 and fell behind for good. The second reason we will cover in a minute. So let's see here. Hayes, 1 hit. Just a bunch of guys with 1 hit except for Marcano. Reynolds hit a home run. So pretty good day for him. And then I pulled him partway through the game to try and give him some rest. Brubaker was pitching pretty well until that inning where he got knocked around a little bit. And he ends up giving up 7 hits and 3 walks over 5 1/3, credited with 4 earned runs. Doesn't get the loss. Perdomo came in and gave up a hit that brought in a couple of those runs against Brubaker. So that was kind of unfortunate. And then I bring in Oviedo because our bullpen arms were just a little bit fatigued, in this one. So I was trying to get him to eat some innings, and he was doing okay, and then gave up the 2 runs in the 8th that ended up, leading to the loss. Now, the other reason this is bad is right here. We have Ji-Hwan Bae with a fractured shin, and so he's out for a couple of months. Now, O'Neal Cruz should be back soon, and he will take that spot back over. So I only need a temporary solution, but like Nick Gonzalez is out. So like we're just hurting for middle infielders that are on our 40-man roster. Like I don't know if we have anybody actually other than maybe Termar Johnson. Let's actually look at 40-man roster, and then we're looking for an infielder. So Peguero could be the guy. He's just not major league ready, and he's only 22. I'd hate to call him up now when it just it doesn't make sense to bring him up as raw as he is. So I think what we're actually going to do here is clear a roster spot. Both of those guys are actually pitching pretty well. I feel bad cutting them, but what we're really going to do is just remove from the 40-man roster. They'll go on waivers now, and that frees up a roster spot on the 40-man roster. We need to cut one pitcher or one player to free up a roster spot. So we're going to release Hunter Stratton. No big deal there. And we're actually going to go look for a free agent that can play middle infield. So you've got maybe D. Strange Gordon. I mean, this is a short-term thing here. So I want a guy that's just going to be serviceable. D. Strange Gordon might be the guy. I think that's a made-up player. Tim Beckham. Beckham is a guy that's just a, average ball player at this point in pretty much everything that he does. He can play a bunch of positions, so there's some value in that. But I think what we're going to do is go with Strange Gordon here. He can play short, and he's a left-handed hitter like Bay, to where I'll platoon him with Matthias for the next couple of games until O'Neal Cruz comes back. And then I don't know what we'll do with him. We'll probably just leave him on the roster till the end of the season. So let's give him an offer. You're only going to get 1 year, but I'm going to make you a platoon guy, and I'm going to offer you $2 million. He wants more money. 2.2, 2.5, 2.6. I'm not giving you a longer contract. $3 million it took. But that solves a problem for us in the very short term here. They didn't put him on the 40-man though, or they didn't put him on the major league roster. So I got to go do that real quick. I mean, I could have gone with Johnson is actually hot right now, but I don't think he's ready. So here's what we're gonna do. Oh, I got to add him to the 40-man. And now moving to the majors. I think Johnson, I call up to AAA and see if he can keep it going there. And then I need one more middle infielder in AA, and I just don't have any. So that's no good. So, well, we've got 3 third basemen, a second baseman, and a shortstop. So, I don't know what to do here. Like, we've got all these guys on the 40-man at the major league level, but these 2 are there to play shortstop. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our single A roster and just call up whoever the best player is. And I'm just going to have to let those guys play even though they're tired at times. That's what that's going to come down to. So Strange Gordon drops into the lineup there. I don't necessarily know that I want him batting leadoff. Marcano is starting to slump a little bit. Let's just give it a try. It's only for a couple of weeks. I don't know if I need to do anything else down here. Yeah, we want to get Johnson into the starting lineup. So that solves that problem. And then down here, Glenn is now the starting second baseman. How's Henry Davis doing? 263, no power. All right. So now we are. Oh, wait. Huh? 27. How did that happen? It says only 26 there. What am I missing? Let's just let them auto fix that. And now. What? Jacob Gonzalez was sent down. That's okay. What is going on with that stuff? Do I have any first baseman on my AA roster now? I do. Something that was weird. I don't know what that was about, but it's okay. Now lineups, it said AAA. Oh, who are we missing here? Let's. Oh, it's a DH. Yeah, we'll go with Gorski. Yeah. And then a DH against lefties. It could be Magi. He's actually not a bad hitter. Let's do that. And I think... Oh, wait. We need a DH against lefties here. 50-35, 52-28. Mathiasen is our DH. All right. Now we are ready to advance. And this is going to wrap up the episode. The next one is going to have Evan Milton against Kyle Hendricks, and I believe that'll be the last episode before the draft. So we'll get a couple games in the next episode. Nothing real quirky with that one, as we'll have a regular start and then one where I can actually let him go a little bit longer here. And then the draft will be halfway through the next episode. It's going to be somewhere around in this neighborhood, I think. So that'll do it for this episode. If you have not done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening, friend and neighbor. Or shall I say this afternoon?